Do you want your kids to listen to you the first time? Well, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and in this video, I'm going to be talking with a child and her mommy about how to get kids to listen the first time. In this video, we're going to meet Berlin, who just turned 4 years old, and her mommy, Candace. And we're going to help Berlin learn the skill of following instructions today and see how easy it is for her to do. I would like to introduce you to my friend, Berlin. Hi, Berlin. Hi. Can you say hi to everybody? Hi. Berlin just turned 4, just barely, right? And how old are you going to be on your next birthday, Berlin? Maybe she's not going to tell us. Okay, Berlin told me just a moment ago she is going to be 5 on her next birthday. And this is her mom, Candace. So thank you for joining us today and for bringing Berlin to come and hang out with us and to talk about skills. So today we're going to talk about how to help children listen to what we have to say the first time. And I know that is something that, as a busy mom with 3 girls who are always doing so many things, you need the ship to, run pretty well, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So how important do you think it is for you to know that they're listening to you and that they can follow through with what you say?
Extremely important.
Yeah.
Extremely important. And I think it lends itself, I have a lot of different ages, so I think it's important for every age because we have a lot of things moving and shifting, a lot of different ways that we're going, and so it's just important to know that everybody can be on board when we have to leave or when we're trying to get stuff done as a family. So this is a skill that we really are trying to master for sure.
Right. And everybody is just seeing totally real life now, right? This is real life.
As real as it gets.
I love it. Is as real as it gets. When you're 3 and 4 years old, I mean, life is just, each minute is just whatever it is. It's how you feel. And I love how you said we want to be making sure that all ages do this, right? Not just Berlin's age, but you've got other children that are much older, right? And you want them to also listen the first time. Definitely. And it makes a huge difference with them. So anyway, we're going to meet some of those other children in some other videos, which will be a lot of fun. So in this video, I'm going to teach Berlin and her mommy the skill following instructions. So I teach all about self-government. And self-government means that a person is able to determine the cause and effect of any given situation and possesses a knowledge of their own behaviors so that they can control them, which means that a person learns to analyze themselves, learns to set a plan for themselves and follow through with it. And even somebody as young as Berlin can learn these skills. In fact, Berlin has learned many skills, and this is going to be something that you'll be able to see in this video. I started learning these skills when I was actually about 14 years old and trying to repair relationships with my parents. So a neighbor suggested to me that I choose to say okay and be okay one time when I was expressing to her how I didn't get along with my parents and how we were having a lot of conflict at our house. So then I went home because I was challenged by my neighbor and decided to say okay and be okay. And this started me on the pathway to following instructions, and I never looked back because I realized it was such a powerful skill. So then years later, when I started taking in treatment foster children who were all between the ages of 12 and 18, I realized that one of the best things I could teach them was the skill following instructions. If a child will not follow the instructions from their parents, then the parent actually can't parent. It makes everything become frustrated and dysfunctional, and that's when everything starts falling apart. So let's just show you how simple it is to learn to follow instructions, and we'll get Berlin to help us. Berlin, I know that your mommy told you today that we're going to be doing something called following instructions, huh? Yeah, she did. And I think that's probably easy for you to learn how to do because you're a really good little girl and you do things that your mom tells you to do, huh? Even though we're not perfect all the time, probably, right? So I'm going to teach you 5 steps, okay? So if we look at our hand, we can remember the 5 steps. I have a little book about 5 steps, and it's called London LaRae Says Okay. Do you know that book? Yeah, it's a red book. Yeah. So London LaRae in the book, she looks at her hand, right? So I saw you held your hand up 5, right? Yes. Okay, so step number 1 is to look at the person. Okay, that's number 1. So we're going to pretend just for a minute that I'm your mommy and you're going to look at me like you're looking at the person. Can you look at me, look at the person? Good job, Berlin. Okay, high five. Can you high five me? Yay. Yes. All right, you did it. Okay, step number 2, Berlin, is, oh, look at me. Look at me. Here we go. Step number 2 is to keep a calm face, voice, and body, right? That's step number 2. So what does your face look like when it's calm? This is a pretty calm face that you have right now, right? Yeah. What does your face maybe look like if you're not calm? Have you seen somebody have a face that's not calm? Like angry. Yeah, that's not a calm face, huh? Or what about sad? Like crying sad? Do you ever cry? No, never? Okay, that's good. You're a strong girl. Mom says, well, maybe. Anyway, okay, so let's keep a calm face. And what about our body right now, Berlin? Let's keep our body calm. Can you put your hands on your lap? Good, that's a calm body. Good job. Okay, high five. All right, so calm face, voice, and body. Then step number 3, can you hold up 3 fingers? Step number 3, oop, 3's hard. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Okay, 3 is to say, okay. Can you say okay?
Okay.
Good job. You said okay. All right. Okay, then step number 4 is we go do it. Whatever the task is, okay? We go and do it. That's step 4. Good job, because you're 4. High five. Okay, and then step number 5 is to check back. Check back. Yep, that's step 5. So step 5, you just come and you say, I did my chore, or I did whatever you were told to do. And then you say, is there anything else? And then every time your mom's going to say, wow, Berlin, you did a great job, right? She's going to praise you on all of this. Okay, so Mama Candace, we are doing something right here called pre-teaching. And I know that you know what pre-teaching is. Yes. So when we're talking about all ages of children, pre-teaching is important. But like for this age, it's super important, right?
Definitely.
You can help all the time. Okay, Berlin, are you ready to do the actual practice? Are you ready to do all 5 steps?
Are you ready?
What do you think? All 5? Okay, so I'm gonna mess something up. I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna put that right there, okay? So that I can give you an instruction, okay? Are you ready to follow instructions? We're gonna do all 5 things. Ready? So I've got an instruction for you. We're gonna look at the person. Let's look at the person. Good. Okay, step number 2 is to keep a calm what? Face.
Face.
Yep. And voice.
Voice.
Yep. And what's our other thing? Body.
Body.
That's right. Good job. Okay, so you've got it. Calm face, voice, and body. Now I'm going to tell you what the instruction is. Berlin, I need you to pick up this pillow and put it back on the couch. Okay, so this is step number 3. What do you say? You say, okay.
Okay.
Say, okay, Berlin.
Okay.
Okay, good. So then you already did step 4. You already put it on the couch. So then what's step 5? Do you remember that you check back? So you come back and you say, I put the pillow on the couch. Is there anything else?
No.
Can you try that one? Say, I did it. Is there anything else? Good job. You did do it. High five, Berlin. You did a great job at following instructions. You have been a super big helper. It is hard to sit still for all of this time when you are learning skills like this. Thank you so much.
Say thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. All right, we see Berlin has learned the steps, but now we need to see if she can practice them. So before we get to Berlin's practice, hit that subscribe button. There are so many great videos on this channel. We teach so many skills here at the Teaching Self-Government YouTube channel. You're not going to want to miss them. All right, Candace, so let's talk following instructions.
I'd love to.
Yes. So Berlin was not used to being in front of the camera, right?
Yeah.
She did a great job for being in front of the camera, being totally on the spot with somebody who has never told her anything before. But when you think of Berlin and following instructions, like, how do you think this is going to help her?
Well, it's just huge. If you think about a normal day in family life, there are so many moving parts. There's so many places to be. I have other children of different ages. Following instruction is key to help the spirit of our home, to help how we interact with one another, to help where our energy is being focused. I mean, it's just huge. It really is everything.
Yeah. It is. There's so many just little things like, oh, wake up in the morning, or go get your shoes, or, I mean, anything. And that all comes back to following instructions. So here's the thing. And I know that you've been working on pre-teaching and some of the teaching self-government stuff at your house. And so, you know, we're speaking kind of a common language here, but there's this thing called pre-teaching that we work on with teaching self-government. And pre-teaching is when you tell someone ahead of time what is required. So with Berlin, with someone her age, this is going to be vital to be pre-teaching all the time. So just even something so simple like, hey, Berlin, I'm going to give you an instruction. Do you remember the 5 steps? You know, just so that she can go, oh, and maybe even just telling her again and again. In fact, even with your older children, you know, that pre-teaching is so powerful. Have you seen pre-teaching help you in your interactions with them already?
Absolutely, because I feel like if you set, you know, the precedence of what you're thinking prior to, it's not a surprise on the spot. You know, if you're like, hey, this is our family culture, this is what we're hoping to achieve, you know, the mutual respect that we love and listen to one another, that we can look at one another when we're speaking and really focus on the things that matter. But yeah, pre-teaching I think is everything, because if the kids know what the expectation is or what you're trying to achieve, it's a lot easier to say, do you remember? Like we've talked about this before, versus surprise, guess what's happening right now? And then,
yeah, because that actually shocks their senses, right? So when you just all of a sudden throw at them, like maybe they're in the middle of playing with their stuffed animals or something, and all of a sudden you say, okay, go get your shoes and go do this, and they're like, wait a second, I wasn't ready for that. But the pre-teach just gives you that little extra second.
And I think it's very comforting to them. Kids, I think, love structure. They love to know what's coming. So if you have a family language around, do you remember the 5 steps I'm about to, you know, give you an instruction? I think that's comforting for a child to know, oh, okay, I actually know how to do this and get, you know, positive results. All kids want attention, and they'll get it one way or the other, positive or negative. And so I think if you have pre-teaching set up, it's a win-win for the parents and for the kids to have a lot more positive interactions, which is what we're all wanting, the kids and the parents.
Totally. I mean, we want to have the bond with the children, which comes from making sure that there's more positive interactions, and that the negative interactions don't overtake. And hopefully there actually aren't negative interactions.
Right.
Hopefully, I mean, if we talked at another time about correcting, we would know that correcting behaviors doesn't have to be negative either. That's a video for another day.
Yes.
Right? But I love hearing, you know, how grounded you are in all of this and how patient. I wish we could take the camera into your home without Berlin ever seeing.
Yes.
because in your home, she's going to be like, okay, and do this and do this. And there's not going to be everyone's watching me. There's lights and cameras on me, you know, and I think we would see, in fact, I know we would see, because I've been to so many homes and I've seen your sweet children in action, that there's not going to be like this problem where, I mean, she's just going to just do, and it's going to give her that security that she needs, right?
Absolutely.
To follow through. I love that. Thank you so much for joining us today, and for bringing Berlin, and for her, putting up with all of this that comes with it. She did a fantastic job. Barely 4 years old, and I think a lot of people wonder, can they really even do it? And we see, oh yeah, I mean, they're still a squirrely, 4-year-old, but oh yeah, they can do it. Absolutely. In fact, she just could not wait to get to that. Oh, I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to do it.
Hey,
right? And we're like, wait, don't forget the okay. And she's like, oh, okay, afterward. But you know what? With a little one, that's okay. It's just teaching them and training them that we go through all these 5 things. Let's make sure we hit all 5. And there might be some little reminders along the way, but they can nail it.
Absolutely.
Super easy.
It's blessed our life a ton. I just can't say enough about it and teaching self-government. And honestly, I think one of the biggest life changers for me is when you explain the power of calm and like the power struggles, and sometimes how when you don't stay calm as a parent, how that changes the environment for everybody, for the children and for everyone. And I think a lot of times when parents are in stressful situations, it's easy to be snappy or to get out of rhythm and be like, do that now, please. I need this to happen like immediately. But when you have, again, that pre-teach and you have it set up and that foundational structure, I just think you're setting yourself up for a lot more success in your family relationships, and have it be a very, just a safe space where a lot of positive things can happen. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, my pleasure. Honestly, that makes it all worth it. And the calmness is key. So I'm really glad that you brought that up. So calmness. We absolutely need to work on our calmness. In fact, because you said that, Candace, I'm going to give everybody a gift. I'm going to give everybody a gift. Everybody who has watched this video, go down in the description below the video, and there is going to be a link to it's like teachselfgov.com/toolkit. I'm pretty sure is what it is. And it is going to be for the free Calm Parenting Toolkit. So my Calm Parenting Toolkit is going to be for you for free. Because just like Candace said, it's a game changer. Calmness, absolutely, and being able to be okay and understand what's going on and what to do next makes all the difference, and I want to help you out. So click on the link below and we'll see you there.